Good morning. Welcome to Fresh FM COVID-19 Situation Room. Here at your number one super dial, Fresh FM 105.9. I remain just truly the mayor, Isaac Brown. This is a special live exclusive here at Fresh FM COVID-19 Situation Room with the Executive Governor of your state, Engineer Seyi Makinde. Let me report that this interview will be conducted live in English, and once the conversation with His Excellency ends, Bolade Salami will bring every word, every paragraph, every sentence to our teaming viewers and, of course, listeners in Yoruba. Chiquito is also in the house to report every word, every sentence to all our listeners, both in Hausa and Igbo. Welcome once again to Fresh FM, special edition, this wonderful morning of COVID-19 Situation Room. The Governor, His Excellency, is already live. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Isaac.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling, sir, this morning?
Well, I'm okay. Feeling okay. I posted on my wall yesterday. You all know that I took the test for COVID-19 as I promised. And everybody knows what the result was right now.
Can you confirm to us again? There are those who probably were unable to even access your page yesterday.
Well, the result came out positive, so I have the virus. I delayed it because I promised that we have to get the diagnostic center in Ibadan going. And once we get it going, I'll be the first to get tested, through that facility. So the medical team, they came to my house where I've been self-isolating at about 9 o'clock on Saturday, March the 28th. They took my samples. I waited for the results yesterday. During this time, of course, I was anxious, but I kept busy with some of the work at hand, especially COVID-19. But we also have other issues that we have to deal with, security issues. We also have to deal with issues of state, other issues of state, palliatives. What do we do, in case things get a lot difficult and challenging, So that I have been doing. And when the result came out eventually, just yesterday, it was positive. So it is what it is, and then we have to deal with it.
Your Excellency, while chatting with me live here on Saturday, you did say on Saturday that the Nigerian Governors Forum asked all governors that attended last FEC meeting as a precaution to self-isolate since one of the attendees tested positive. Is it fair to say that that could be your likely source of exposure?
Isaac, the truth is, yes, all governors who attended the National Economic Council meeting, were advised to self-isolate once one of the attendees tested positive. So based on that advice, I started self-isolating almost a week ago. In fact, I had to cancel the face-to-face ESCO meeting for Tuesday last week because of that. But what we're dealing with right now is the fact that, well, I've done the test. It is positive, so I have the virus. So it is something that we know it's real, and we have to deal with it.
Your Excellency, having tested positive, can you describe how you are feeling right now? Because reading on your page yesterday, you said you are still, asymptomatic. How are you feeling?
Well, it's, I still don't have any symptoms, As I'm talking to you, I can take my temperature. You have the scan. You will read it out.
The body temperature is 36.5 degrees.
So,
your temperature is 36.5. That's a good one.
Yes, that is my temperature this morning, and that is what it is, even up till now. But the fact that I have no symptoms, is why I've been insisting that people maintain social distancing, follow hygienic practices, and stay at home. Because, we don't know who we're interacting with. It may be somebody with COVID-19 without even knowing it. So even a gathering of 10, the maximum that I said we should allow in our state, may still expose youth to COVID-19. So the bottom line is, first, this thing is real. Two, we have to hope, the way we interact with ourselves, at least until we have a handle on the disease itself.
Oh, Your Excellency, what do you say to your residents? They are listening to us now. Who still have doubt about the existence and reality of COVID-19?
Okay, first, we had a rally, I believe 2 weeks ago, and then I've seen the video that has been circulating on social media, which is being interpreted to mean that I doubted at any time the existence of COVID-19. The reality is no, I actually never did. I've used COVID-19 in the same metaphorical way, that their APC leader did when they were fighting about their chairmanship, and he said, well, the virus has gotten into the party. So I made a joke out of it. So the video has been circulating and saying, I said no coronavirus. That it only exists in the APC. Well, it was a metaphor. But to the good people of Oyo State, I want to say again, COVID-19 is real. So they must follow all the measures government has put in place to prevent this, to contain it, and also to control this virus. Where we say stay at home and maintain social distancing, wash your hands with soap and water, or use hand sanitizers regularly. Those are things that we have to do to defeat this virus. And I know how resilient we are as a people. We will defeat it, but I do not want any casualty. I don't want anybody to lose their life, while we're at this. And I don't also want people to doubt the sincerity of this government. They gave us the opportunity, to serve them, and that is exactly what we're going to do.
In your release of yesterday, has taken over from you as head of or your COVID-19 task force as you concentrate on your own recovery efforts and personal medication. Will you assure the people of your state this morning that this will not in any way diminish your commitment, determination, and efforts at defeating and combating the pandemic in the state? That despite being positive, despite ceding that responsibility to Professor Temitope Alunge, that you are both in it together in the fight?
Well, even though I was head of the COVID-19 task force in the state, it's really not like I was making unilateral decisions, or I, try to project myself as the expert. It was the collective effort. I mean, you look at all the members of the task force. They were carefully selected in the position that they are currently occupying, all the expertise that they possess. We've also been, bringing people in to still join. Yes, Professor Alunga will be the head of the task force. He will give daily briefings while I recuperate. However, I will continue to work with the COVID-19 task force, as head of the Oyo State government. We have a meeting at 3 o'clock, which I've asked them to call right now. I'm still going to be a part of that meeting, contribute and moderate where possible, because I still hold the vision of what we want to do, as an administration in Oyo State.
So you are still very much in charge, sir?
Well, pretty much. I just don't want them to turn this place into a Nollywood center, because I'm going to be recording some videos and also some audio materials, to keep the people of Oyo State abreast of what we're doing. So the prevention of the spread of COVID-19 in Oyo State is a joint effort by both stakeholders and everyone in the state. So Isaac, you have my word, and I'm saying it clearly to the people of Oyo State that we will continue to take all necessary actions to ensure that coronavirus is contained in Oyo State. And just like they know me as a long distance runner, I hope the people are listening. If I can outrun and outlast the virus, which I'm sure by God's grace I will do. So also with many of our people in Oyo State.
If you're just joining us, it's Fresh Room here at the Southwest Political Headquarters. The Executive Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, is live here at the Situation Room. Your Excellency, with Lagos, Ogun, Osun, Ekiti on total lockdown as we speak, the calls for total lockdown of Oyo appears to be on the rise. Is the possibility of total lockdown of Oyo imminent?
Isaac, when we spoke last Saturday, everything which can be done to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in Oyo State is on the table. We will continue to assess the situation and take additional measures when necessary. But remember also that my own background is engineering, and I kept saying to people that as an engineer, you take decisions that are based on logic and fact. It's an uncharted territory. We kept on interacting with the experts to find out, what's new, what are the facts emerging. Yes, Lagos can be on lockdown, Ogun can be on lockdown. Your state, yes, people have been saying have a total lockdown, and then I've been asking them pertinent questions. So what are going to be the benefits here? That's one. Are there other alternative course of action for us to take? It helps people not to, come out. You lock down the market places. There are people who what they sell today is what they will hit. The profits from their today's activities, what they will eat tomorrow. There are plenty of people like that within our environment. So, are there alternatives available to us? Can we do selective lockdowns? That's why I imposed the curfew to say, look, you see about your current. I think everything is on the table, but it has to follow a logical pattern, and it will need the input of experts. We're not just going to, we're not going to lock down
for lockdown's sake, right?
Because everybody
is locking down.
I've been watching CNN also. The most successful place right now in containing this is Czechoslovakia. And one of the things that they brought out is they made a law that if you must leave your house, you must wear a mask. It may be that route for us to go. I've asked them to start evaluating that. And if we must make that law and say everybody that will go out must wear a mask, then how about people that cannot afford it? Can we make masks locally? Can we get our artisans, our tailors, to commit to that, with government supporting? So those are the type of solutions that we're looking for.
Your Excellency, sorry to butt in. I'm aware that the WHO yesterday came out with a directive that the use of face masks should be limited to folks with COVID-19 and should not be a matter of every individual. I mean, that is also an issue. I'm just trying to bring this up in what you just said.
Well, we are all in an uncharted territory. And that is why I pity those people who, rather than reflect deeply on where we are and what we are faced with, they are choosing to play politics with it. It's people that are alive that will play politics in 2023. Somebody called me yesterday and said, I heard about your results, blah, 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 and then me referring to himself that he's negative. And I said, okay, you're negative now. Say Corona is a Paris. So this is a long team. It's a long team. And so that's positive, isn't it? And so our negative ones should be careful. We all have to, help one another and help our society to face this and defeat it. That is what I'm talking about. And to buttress what you said, all ideas, please bring all ideas on. Bring the ideas on, and we will look at it. But we must follow a pattern. It must be logical. The experts will have to weigh in. I mean, those are important because that's the only way you can validate the decisions that we're taking.
Your Excellency, will you confirm to us this morning whether contact tracing has commenced of individuals, aides, cabinet members, friends that have been in contact with you since the fake meeting took place, and whether those individuals have also gone into self-isolation?
Yes, I can confirm to you that I took the test even the same time as the secretary to the state government. And when the results came out, they said one tested positive and the other negative, and it turns out to be that I came out positive and she came out negative. So yes, everyone that has had contact with me, we are asking them to go into self-isolation, and as soon as any of them shows any symptoms, then they get tested.
Finally, as I let you go this morning, your word of advice and assurance to the good people of your state to obey all government measures, market closure, social distancing, curfew, and also cooperate with you and government in case there are further measures that you may want to reel out. The bottom line is, together we can combat and curtail COVID-19 pandemic in our state.
Well, let me assure our people listening to me, let me give the assurance, that Oyo State government will continue working with the data from the Emergency Operations Center. And they're also doing everything. We will do everything in our power to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in the state. The diagnostic center, the virology lab of College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, is operational now. It's been accredited by NCDC, that's the National Center for Disease Control. So we can now test a lot more people, and also the Infectious Disease Center at Olodo, with the capacity, to take in 100 cases, will be fully operational by the end of this week. I'd actually thought after my results yesterday that that would be the first place I'll visit this morning, but unfortunately that won't happen. So I want to again urge everyone in Oyo State, to continue to follow the directives of the COVID-19 task force, and together, by the grace of God, we will defeat this virus and get our economy, and our life back on track.
Ẹ bá àwọn èèyàn wa sọ̀rọ̀ èyí tẹ́ ṣe sọ́tọ̀ yìí nípa ẹgbà wọn nímọ̀ràn.
Mo fẹ́ sọ fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa nílé lóko àti níbi gbogbo nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pé kò sí kí wọ́n má bẹ̀rù, kí wọ́n má fòyà. Ìjọba ń ṣe gbogbo tó wà ní ìkápá ẹ̀ láti sọ pé tí ó yẹ ká ṣe láti kápá àrùn kòrónà yìí à ń ṣe. The diagnostic center ní Ìbàdàn wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ tuntun yìí, so a lè ṣe àyẹ̀wò àwọn èèyàn tó pọ̀. So ẹni tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tó ń ro pé ara òun ò fẹ́ yá dáadáa, kí wọ́n lọ sí ibi tí wọ́n ní nọ́mbà emergency operation center, wọ́n á wá gba sample wọn, wọ́n á test wọn, and the infectious disease center tí à ń ṣe sí Olódó, iṣẹ́ ti jìnnà lórí ẹ̀. Kí ọ̀sẹ̀ tó parí, ibẹ̀ náà á di lílò. So mo fẹ́ gba gbogbo àníyànjú pé any directive tó bá ti wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn task force yìí lórí àrùn corona, wọ́n jọ kí wọ́n tẹ̀lé ìlànà yẹn. Ọlọ́run á ṣàánú gbogbo wa, á borí àrùn. Kí wọ́n sì rántí pé ìmọ́tótó òun ló borí àrùn jù. So ká jẹ́ kí ìmọ́tótó kó wà ní agbègbè wa àtàwọn àyíká wa.
Your Excellency, I must really thank you on behalf of the chairman, Fresh FM, Dr. Yinka Ifele MON, the management and staff of Fresh FM. Thank you so much for giving us this special live exclusive. We wish you
Isaac and the team out there, and wish all of us the best. Take care now.
thank you, sir. Up next, Bolade Salami.